We're still in the process of mastering the Maelstrom and working our way through this box 1 mini at a time, and I was going to say we've got a really cool one today that I'm really excited for, but honestly, every mini in this box has been cool and interesting and amazing. Like, it's an unbelievable product. Every model is just so detailed and cool, and today's model is no exception. It is Katar Garrix, the headsman, the executioner. Yeah, this guy is unreal. He's got like such a massive oversized weapon, which I love. Loads of cool trophies. So yeah, really keen to get stuck into this boy. So let's go down to the table and get started. And here he is, Katar Garrix, the executioner. And this is, wow, there's a lot going on in this mini and it's really cool. Yeah, I'm a big fan. I just love all of the skulls and the trophies. Like, this dude looks like he's been cutting about the battlefield, just collecting trophies and just causing chaos. And yeah, it's real nice. I say this is him. He's actually stuck together with a lot of blue tack because I want to sub-assemble the life out of this guy. So if we take off the backpack, the helmet, the shoulder pad, yeah, there we go. And then also, oh, his arms come off. Oh my god. Yeah, I just think with this amount of detail and everything going on, it'll be so much easier just to paint it up piece by piece, getting all those nooks and crannies. And these minis are so cool and so impressive. I do want to do them justice. But what are we going to do with this guy? Well, we're just going to start off with the armour. Just going to do a base of black. This is Abaddon Black that we're slapping on now. And then we're going to do all the highlights and stuff. And I was going to say, I was like going to be like, oh, it's just black armour. It's a bit boring. You've seen me paint black armour 100 times with all my Templars. So I was thinking of just like flying through it and not really including much of it, because it's probably a bit boring. But then I've been looking at this mini. I've been looking at like painting guides and reference pictures. And it turns out this guy is covered head to toe in like chip damage and scratch marks. Like there's some on his leg down there, there's some on the chest up here. I mean, I've just painted over a few, but there's just, it's all over him. There's just so much damage and like wear and tear. And I think that will take on the highlighting really nicely. So I will actually include all of the armor and like slow it down and really go into detail, just because all that chip damage and highlighting it will give us a good exposure to edge highlighting. I do think it'll look really, really cool. But before we get there, we just need to do the aforementioned 2 thin coats of Abaddon Black, get nice smooth coverage, and then we can start slapping on all these cool highlights around all the chip damage and making him look full of character. So I've just done a whole bunch of the first round of highlights, Dark Reaper, and it's really messy. Like, some places are terrible, so I've just been going around and tidying it up a little bit with that base colour, just sort of dialing back some of the areas where it's really thick, and I thought, why am I not including this in the video? Like, this would be a perfect little extra bit, just to be like, hey, look, if your edge highlights are too chunky or a bit messy, you can, yeah, just use that base coat to tidy them up. So yeah, just there's like really thick and overflowing, so luckily we can just get some of the Abaddon Black and just trim it back a little bit. Oh, that's so much nicer, yeah. Yeah, cool. Just a little, yeah, it's a little part of the process. I don't really include, and I don't know why. I should really include all of the little bits and bobs in the middle, because I'm assuming they're going to be helpful to someone. Oh my god, wow. I feel like, yeah, I was in like some sort of edge highlighting zen flow state there. Like, I was just highlighting everything all over the place. Oh my god, yeah, I was proper in the zone. I have no idea how much footage I gathered of that and what it's going to look like. Sorry, like I said, I just got really carried away. But it's looking unreal. Oh my god, it's, yeah, real crisp and clean and bright and vibrant. I really, really like this. It's looking nice. I'm a little bit concerned I might have went a bit too far. I mean, like, looking at this guy, it's a lot of grey, blue highlights. It's very, very there in your face. So I am very keen to start filling in some of the other colours just to see if it brings it all together and sort of makes it a little bit more coherent. Because yeah, I'm a touch worried that it's going to be a bit overkill at the minute. So that's what I'm just going to do next. Going to fill in some of the colours. Also, I guess to touch on something, I never really talk about like the order of operations and why I paint things in the order I do. Well, I mean, to be fair, I used to just be like, oh, this looks fun, I'll paint this next, this looks cool. But what I want to try and do is be a bit more conscious about what I'm painting in what order. So yeah, like I'm starting on the belt here, for example, just putting down some like dark greens, like a nice green leather. But if I started, like say I did this orc head first, and then like I'm trying to sort of squeeze past, like paint the belt and like down here, if I try and get in there, it's going to get on the orc. So one thing I'm trying to be conscious of at the minute is in what order I paint sections, just to make sure they don't like, you know, overlap and impede on other stuff. But yeah, I'm just going to work on some of these leathery belt bits, stuff in the middle. Right, there's the belt and all the leathery bits done in that nice warm green, and also slapped on some of the metallic bits, all of the silver hooks and chains and whatnot. And it's only two colours, like two small details, but I do feel like it's already added a lot to the overall vibe and has made me feel a lot better, which is good, good, good. And next up, what we're going to do is the skulls and the heads, and I think that's really going to bring it in because that's such a huge chunk of the mini. And I'm really keen for these because with there's two separate parts, right? It's the skulls that I'm really comfortable with. I've got a nice defined recipe I like that I'm enjoying doing and I think looks good, which is this 3-stage like this. So we slap on a base of Screaming Skull, do a wash of Seraphim Sepia, and then we relayer it up with a little bit of Screaming Skull again, and then highlight it with Wraithbone. So like a nice little like 1, 2, 3 kind of punch. I feel comfortable with that and I'm excited to keep using it because I really like how it looks. But then there's like these faces that are like skin and like severed heads, like fresh. I've been looking around online what to do for them, and I did see War Hipster. He put down some Riekland Fleshshade over them, and then he used Drakari Violet, a purple shade paint to give them a little bit more of like a, I don't know, dead skin vibe. I don't have that colour, but I do have Magos Purple, which is kind of similar, like a nice dark purple. So I'm keen to do one detail that I feel comfortable with, and also one section I've never done before, and I'm just blindly trusting a tutorial I found online. Oh, you know what? I am well impressed with that Riekland Fleshshade Magos Purple mix on like that decayed old dead flesh. It looks really nice, especially on this one down here with the Rattling Grime on the hair. It's like a nice, yeah, like freshly killed head with the skull. It's like a nice dynamic. I was a little bit worried when I first saw the mini that I thought all the heads were skulls. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, like a huge abundance of them. But I was like, is it going to be boring just having like 3, 4, 5, there's another one on this shoulder pad, 6, that's 2, 7, just 7 of the same skull. But no, it's really cool having the dynamic, like, decayed fleshy heads, the skulls, there's an orc one around the back. So yeah, there's a lot going on, it's really, really nice. So if you haven't gathered by now, just filling in some of the red. For a Red Corsair, he's got a worryingly small amount. It's just literally just this knee, and then this shoulder pad here, which I'll probably just do at the same time. Oh, I got another shoulder pad as well. So yeah, we're just going to block in some of these reds, and then we can sort of move on to Oh, maybe the axe. Oh no, I forgot. I've left this on the other side of my desk. I completely forgot. This is massive. Yeah, probably move on to that afterwards. Right, that's all of the torso done, yeah. I've just finished up the shoulder pad trims. I put down some Leadbelcher and Black Templar on top to make like a transparent metallic black. Looks really, really nice, I like it. I say everything. I've not done the orc head on the back, just because I'm a little bit like mentally fatigued from doing skulls and trophies. I've done 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. 8. I've done these shoulder pads as well. Like the shoulder pad's got 2 skulls on it, a leather strap, and all the same stuff as everything else. So I just kind of quickly whipped up the separate shoulder pad. But no, I'm so impressed with how this looks. Oh my god. Yeah, I mentioned it already, but I wasn't too fussed by this model when I first saw it. I was like, oh, it's just a Space Marine, but with some little trophies, a whole bunch of skulls. But now that I painted it and realised, no, 2 of them are severed heads. One of them's like a half and half. It's like a skull with some flesh on it that's been like ripped off. They've got like the hooks on the head to like hold it in place. Oh, there's so much character and so much going on and so much detail. It's really cool. It is still like a Space Marine armour, but it's just got loads of cool extra stuff on the top of it. And I do think we've done a real good job so far with these highlights. And you know what? There's not much left as well. There's only the skull head, the backpack, and the axe. I think because the last thing I did from this box was the apothecary with like the hundreds of claws and details. That took a while. But this guy, there's actually, once you've done all the trophies, there's not much going on. It's quite good. So yeah, I'm just going to crack on with this, try and finish him up, and start on the axe, I think, just because this looks really, really cool. So I was going to say there's just some of the colours done on the axe, but looking at this, considering we've already done the armour and the highlights when we did them earlier for the torso, looking really nice, look at that. But yeah, considering we've already done the hands, and then we've just added the wildwood brown on the handle and all the silver metallic head, that's like almost the whole axe done. That's like 99% of it. All that's left is these coloured wraps that we're going to move on to next. But just to touch on the axe head, it is really nice. I really, really like the Stormhost Silver edge highlights against like Leadbelcher. It's something I didn't pick up and learn for a long time. It's looking really nice. And in the same vein, I like Wildwood a lot. Wildwood is probably one of my favourite, second favourite contrast colours. I think Rattling Grime is probably my favourite. That's really good. But yeah, I like how Wildwood looks against a grey undercoat. And I didn't touch on it, but that's the reason we used a grey undercoat, just because there was a few contrast paints I wanted to use. But looking good so far. All that's left now is the wraps that will handle like wraps and straps. And what I've been doing across all of my Red Corsairs is they all kind of have this coloured accent. Some of them is like glowing eyes. For this dude, it's the wraps. Yeah, I'm just looking at the box art. There's a couple like little coloured accents across all of them, and I've been trying to use the same 2 colours, and that is like this bluey greeny mix. So what I like to do is a base of Sotek Green, and then I like to do some highlights of Baharroth Blue. So yeah, just going to do that on the wraps of the handles, and then, I don't know, where do we go from there? There's not much left. Maybe just quickly bash out the backpack. That's just going to be like Leadbelcher and gold as well. Right, there is... Oh, can we balance it? Yeah, there we go, look at that. There is the axe and the backpack. This nice blue like handle wraps looking really nice. The highlighting isn't the best on the straps. It got a little bit messy, so I kind of just stopped making it worse and left it as it is. It's kind of okay. I was thinking maybe I should have dry brushed it, but it's a little bit too late for that now. And the axe is looking nice and shiny with all those highlights, looking real good. And then this backpack wasn't as intricate as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to have like gold on the side, silver highlights, but looking at the picture, it's just all black with a couple of extra highlights and some silver. Nice and simple, looking good. But with these two though, there's honestly just one thing left, and I think it's the helmet. There is the base I'm going to do as well, but that'll be a quick one and done. Like I've just put some Armageddon dust on. Is it dry? Yeah. And we'll just dry brush a whole bunch of greys over like all of this. Right, I think that might be everything, you know. Let's move this light out the way so you can see me. So that is all of the body, the torso, all the trinkets, every accessory. We've got the head, the shoulder pads, the weapons. Yeah, looking really, really good. What I need to do now is obviously glue it all together, set up the review station so we can get a proper detailed look. One thing I will say, a slight spoiler, is this orc head at the back is... Ooh, it's not very good. But if I'm being honest, it was the lowest priority for me. I wanted to look at everything else, and that was kind of just a nice little thing at the end to, you know, slap on. It wasn't like a high priority for this mini. So, it's alright. But yeah, like I mentioned, just going to set up the review station, glue this boy together, and then let's take a look at our handiwork. And here he is, Katar Garrix, the Headtaker, the Executioner. And oh my god, I'm so happy with this mini. I feel like I say it every time I paint a new model, especially from this box, but like, I love this for some different reasons, actually. Not for some other stuff, some more subtle things that we'll get onto. But let's just take stock and enjoy the 99% of this model that's really good. Because there is 1% that I really don't like, and I guess we could start there just to rip off the band-aid. There it is, sneaking through the back. That orchid isn't too great, is it? There's not much to it. I just chucked some Warg Flesh, Agrax Earthshade, and then tried to put some more like Warg Flesh back over the top. It's fine. I've never painted an orc before, and it wasn't a really focal point I cared too much about, so I kind of just did not the best. But it's fine, it's whatever. Everything else is incredible. I'm so happy with it. The one thing I'm like happy more than anything is the small subtle things. Like, I think the edge highlighting on this is so nice. Like, on that knee and that thigh there, all the little like scratch marks and dents in his armor, like down there on his wrist. I feel like there's definitely room for improvement. It's a little bit too thick in some sections, but overall, I'm so happy with how it's come out. And in a similar vein, the knee, I'm so impressed with this knee. What I did was just glazed. Yeah, so I just did a base of Khorne and then glazed really thin layers of Mephiston Red over the top, but every time I just didn't go as far below as the previous. And then I did the same with some Evil Sunz Scarlett on that top section. Literally just 2 or 3 coats of really thin Evil Sunz just on that top knee, and it's not the best glaze in the world. Like, obviously there's loads better, but I'm really impressed just for myself, because normally I sponge on the reds to get that sort of transition, so it's really nice to flex some glazing, and it looks really good. I did try it on the shoulder pad up here. I guess if we... Yeah, I tried it up here as well, and it doesn't look as good. In fact, it's not really present at all. Maybe we turn the light down. Yeah, kind of. Just turn the light off a little bit. But it's okay. It's not that great. The knee is where it's like a lot better. Like, I'm really happy with the knee, and it looks really, really good. That's definitely the one thing I'm happiest about is, yeah, just sort of those clean foundational skills. I think overall it's a very clean and tidy model, not too messy. There's some nice like highlights. The skulls are looking really good. I should just leave it zoomed in permanently, really, shouldn't I? Yeah, so that sort of 3-stage of Screaming Skull, Sepia, and Wraithbone. It's come out really well. Some nice shading, some nice highlights. Definitely on those front two. I also slapped some transfers just on those two. Someone in the comments of an older video actually a few people have mentioned it, to put Lahmian Medium over the top of transfers, just to make it smoother and not as shiny. And yeah, I've done that here and it looks really nice. It was a big help, so thank you for that. Then yeah, just love all other details, like the severed heads look really good with that sort of purple shade, little head down there by his foot, just like, I was meant to put some technical blood god on there. Maybe I'll do that afterwards. Yeah, overall just super clean and crisp and really happy with how it came out. Then the base is just the same as always, the sort of grey Armageddon dust, some grey highlights, and I put some flesh tearers as if like some blood has been spilling out beneath him, even a teeny tiny bit around the back, as if it's like coming through the middle bit. I like that. Yeah, overall this is incredible. 10 out of 10. I'm so happy with it. Wow, what? I feel like every single time I paint a model from this Masters of the Maelstrom box, I'm just like, it's incredible. It's the best mini ever. It looks amazing. It's the best paint job I've ever done. But like, they're all just incredible. Like so far, all 3 we've painted have been unbelievable models. Like this might be one of the best boxes I've ever seen from Games Workshop, just in terms of the minis. They're so, so cool. And I feel like it's only going to get better, because I feel like after doing Soul Eater, the Apothecary, and then this dude, Katar Garrix, the Headmaster, I feel really like I'm on cloud 9. I feel really confident, like, you know, I can tackle anything. So I might in the future, maybe in the next week or 2, dip into Huron himself, because, man, like I mentioned, I feel like I can take on anything, because, yeah, this guy came out so well. Like, I loved all of the little details on him. I love the sculpt itself, and the edge highlighting is just, oh, I'm so happy with it. So, yeah, maybe this has given us the confidence for Huron. We'll see. But as always, thank you for watching, and if you liked the video, drop all the normal subscribes and likes and whatnot, and tune in next time. Thank you, bye.